Ah, I haven't streamed in a while. Okay, let me let the Discord know. Discord. New season reveal. Come hang out. Alright, I gotta grab my stream. Watch, I'll be streaming to the wrong spot. Honestly, I could be. Oh, sweet. There we go. I'm not streaming to the wrong spot. Yo, if you're here early, I appreciate you. Thank you. Copy. Paste. There we go. Sweet. Made it just in time. I thought I was going to be late. Alright. Yo, Yorm, what's up, dude? Chimpanzee, Dev Skull, Yormingunder, Blue Inferno, Dev Stick, Jesus for Seal. Yo, can you guys hear me okay? I haven't streamed in like a month and a half, so my settings are probably all sorts of borked. Jesus, Forso Break, Peasy, Detroit, Aaron, Viper, Ig, what's up, dude? Scarecrow, Ellie. Hi. Yo, I hope you're doing well, Ellie. Hope you're doing well. Freeman, Miner, Deflect, Jolly. Hello, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. How are you guys? Sabrina, what's going on? Yo, if you're here early, yo, could you do me a favor? Leave a like real fast. I'd really appreciate it. Yo, predictions. What do you guys think you're gonna see? Dude, I have not even looked at For Honor in the past like month and a half. I looked at the I played the Dead by Daylight thing on stream or whatever, and then after that, Ghost Town. Yo, Proud, what's up, dude? How are you? Long time no see. Wulin or Viking? Wulin. Yo, what do you guys think? First of all, okay, here's a more important question. Do you guys think they're going to show the hero at all today? Do you guys think they're even going to show the hero? Like, come on now. No? Okay. See, we've got some pessimists out here. I think if we all hope, if we all pray, you know, okay, here's what I think. Yo, Viper, what's up, dude? I think it's going to be a teaser, right? They're not going to do a fucking deep dive. If they do, that'd be fucking sick. But, like, it just feels like they haven't been, like, doing anything, you know what I mean? Like, it feels like For Honor's just been, like, suspended. Like, nothing is going on. There was a Dead by Daylight event, but, like, if you didn't care about Dead by Daylight, then, you know, you didn't really care about the event. Yo, Dog Tag, what's up, dude? Will the Chill. I have a headache. When does this start? The stream should be starting any moment now. Okay, if you don't think we're gonna see the hero, what kind of content do you think we're gonna see? Oh, everybody shut up. This is sounding awfully Wulin. Oh shit, never mind. Wulin, let's go! They're coming. They're finally here. Let's go. Yo, 3, what's up, dude? Yo, look at this. Look at this. Look. Who is this? I'm fucking jamming right now. A Wulin pirate? Look at that. I'm jamming. Yo, this does sound like some Chinese Pirates of the Caribbean type shit. Like if you tried to download Pirates of the Caribbean online or some shit, you download the wrong version. Wulin hero, that's why I tap out. What if it's a Wulin pirate though? Imagine the customization, the drip. Why'd it be a fucking samurai? What if there's a Viking on this ship? It's like Griffin's brother or some shit. Or Warmonger and Griffin's friends, bro, they probably settled their differences to fight the invading forces. I don't know. We're gonna find out. You guys know during these reveals they gave us an extensive lore check. Yo, I'm jamming out right now, honestly. Wulin Viking hybrid. What do you think about the lore? Hell if I know. I play for honor to fight people, okay? And I play for the voice lines. Yo, can we get a map on a big ass ship? No, 2 big ass ships. No, 3 big ass ships. And they're all like connected by like, I don't know, what are those things called that you board ships with? Please don't say John Cena. Come on now. Trying to get me banned out here? This is my first piece of content on YouTube in 2 months. Why stop at 3? Good point. Infinite twerk? I'm twerking right now. You're lucky my camera's off. That's for the Twitch streams. Beam killing. Yo, I can't say. Anyways, like this could be really cool, man. No, stop. Whole ass fleet of ships got to sail to point A. No, I'm thinking, okay, imagine 3 ships. 3 of the Wulin ships, right? Because this is without a doubt Wulin, okay? But this is like a pirate ship. Bro, let's just let the people explain it. Yo, Jay, what's up, dude? Sea of Thieves crossover? No way. So sad it's not a Viking? I wonder why you're sad about it, Obsidian Viking. I wonder why you're sad it's not a Viking. Yo, Squiggly, what's up, dude? Maybe we'll finally get that Wulin pistol execution. We fucking better. Like, this would be the perfect time for it. Assuming these are pirates, but like, what else could they be? You know what I'm saying? My team won't set sail. Theme song bangs? It does fuck. Whoa, I dropped my water. 4 minutes, gentlemen. Yo, Kester! Yo! Thank you for the 20, man. Thank you. Long time no see, big dog. My money has a new hero being a Mongolian hero for the Wulin faction. I don't know, man. We're looking real piratish out here. I didn't check to see if my alerts are working. Hold on. Can you tell I haven't streamed in a long time?
Long time. No so good day.
Yeah, they're working.
My money is on the new hero being a Mongolian hero for the Wulin faction.
They're working. They're working. Hold on, I lost YouTube chat. Yo, Pillsman, thank you for the 2. Bark or I'll post a song in chat. Do I look like I bark for women on the internet? Is that what you think I do? Is that what you actually think I do? You think I do that in my free time? Music's too loud? How's that? Yo, 2 Penny, what's up, dude? Yo, thank you for the 2, Pillsman. Yo, Tester, thank you so much for the 20. I really appreciate it. Yes! Bro, you guys got the wrong imp. The walk. Come on, guys. 2 Penny, what's up, dude? This tier 4 plunders your renown. Oh my god. We have footage of you barking? Lies. What's up, Noah? Jag Sparrow? Don't start this. Yo, Obsidian, what's up, dude? What's that to the right of this ship? Are you talking about this sinking ship? Or, I don't know, that could just be another ship. I want to know who this is. I want to know who this is right here. And I also want to know whose weapon this is. It ain't Valkyrie's. Yo, could you imagine? What if UB said, fuck it, Marching Fires 2, and they gave us 4 more Wulin heroes. Yo, Nick White, what's up, dude? Duwang the Wok Jongjun. Okay. I hate it here. This is why I took a break. Yo, Minu, what's up, dude? It's the Trapper, that's not the Trapper. Imagine that ship is a dueling ring. I'd be happy with a duel map on a ship. That'd be cool. I broke my screen for a second. About to get assassinated? For what? Looks like Ezio Auditore. No way. What is that? He's holding a kitchen knife. Is this the last content we'll get? Hell if I know. I guess we'll find out. Looks kind of like Hito. I don't know. It looked like... My first thought was Orochi because of his head shape. I'm like, there's no shot. It looks like one of those really short Chinese swords. It's time. Everybody. Yeah, let me know if you can hear okay. Is the stream too quiet? Let me know if you need me to turn it up. Moment.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Warriors Den and welcome to the Frozen Shores. Year 5 Season 4 is here. It will be launching on December 9th. We have all of the details for you right here on the show. But before we get to all of that stuff, we would like to introduce a new member of the Warriors Den team, Lawrence Campbell, community manager. Dude, welcome to the Den. Welcome to the team. How are you doing?
Dude, I am doing so great. I'm super excited to be here. I played For Honor since day 1. Well, day and year 1. I played it on and off kind of since then, but I mean, I put hundreds of hours into this. I'm a huge fan of the project. Even before I started working at Ubisoft, I was a huge fan of For Honor. So it's just so awesome to be here on the Warriors Den, and I'm just so stoked. I'm just so excited to bring in and ring in a new season with you.
Nice, dude. Yeah, no, I'm very excited for Frozen Shores. I'm very excited to have you on the team. But like, since you've been playing for a while, who's the character you kind of main in For Honor? Who's your go-to?
Both Siege and For Honor. I mean Valkyrie. I've got a really solid theme going on for Valkyric themes. I don't know.
You just like intimidating people, so I mean, like that's
yes.
That's
I like being scared for the most part.
Enjoyer.
Nice.
So before we dive into our show today about Frozen Shores, Josh, do you have any information you would like to provide about some things that might be dropping from us to our players?
Not us.
I would love to talk about that. We are doing Twitch drops again. Before we get into all of that fun stuff, make sure that your Ubisoft and your Twitch accounts are linked, so you can receive all of the rewards. And so basically, what we're gonna do is for every 30 minutes of accumulated viewing time, you will receive 1 scavenger crate. And you see that thing at the bottom right there? For every 10 minutes of accumulated viewing time, that is 100,000 steel. You have a chance to win that.
That's a lot of steel, Josh.
Look at all those zeros, man.
That's like 5 zeros.
I wish my bank account looked like that. That'd be rad. But your For Honor bank account can look like that if you you happen to win. So I mean, look at that.
Look at that. That's amazing.
So generous. Just kidding.
One additional piece of housekeeping I would like to include is, you know, I don't know if you guys have been keeping up with our Twitter or our Instagram or our YouTube channels too much, but if you have been, we have been putting out the For Honor Skill Challenge series, an amazing Zero to Hero workout with the one and only Marco Iolo to kind of guide you. Maybe your game's like mid-tier, maybe you're like okay, maybe you want to get to the next level. These videos will 100% help you get through the navigate the dangerous waters, as it were, of For Honor and the difficulties you can experience there.
Navigate the frozen shores?
Go to youtube.com/Ubisoft Game Plan. We are also posting these videos on our Twitter and our Instagram accounts, so please go check that out. Yeah, well, that's what we've got for housekeeping. So I think
let's do it.
I think it's time for a little bit of a story trailer.
Is it trailer time?
It's trailer time. So we'll be back, but in the meantime, please enjoy the Year 5 Season 4 story trailer for Frozen Shores.
What does one find at the end of a storm? Relief, as weary eyes look up to clear skies. Comfort, as friends find each other again and celebrate. Pride, even, for surviving the storm is no easy feat. It almost sounds like a dream, doesn't it? A fleeting dream, for the waters never stay still for long. Because after the storm comes a rogue wave.
A fucking pirate. Yo, it looked like the Black Flag, or not the Black. You guys remember Assassin's Creed Rogue? You guys remember that game? It looked just like him. Show us a little more. I want to know who was at the table.
Trailer, and what an amazing season we've got planned out for you guys. I hope you're just as excited as we are here. Brought some folks on to talk to us a little bit about what's going on for Year 5 Season 4 to dig in kind of into the details of what we got. We've got Nico here. We've got Elise, and we've got Andrew. Andrew is unfortunately experiencing some technical difficulties, so we have this amazing, wonderful picture of him, but still here, still good, still kicking. So I guess where I'd like to start is Nico. If you just want to just crack open some of the details of the Battle Pass and the season content we've got planned for the Frozen Shores. Thanks so much for being on.
Sure, Lawrence. So yeah, Heathmore has gone through its share of catastrophes in the past seasons, right? Season 2, we got the drought. Season 3, the flooding, and the winter is finally here to bring some calm, hopefully some respite. And you know, it might be cold outside. There's a lot of warmth in our heart as the holiday season is approaching, and with it, the Frostwind celebrations, which is going to be our main event launching this new season. The new season will also bring along a new battle pass with new fresh content for you to grind. Gentlemen. Gameplay wise, we have a bunch of new elements that are coming. We've got the Shinobi update, we've got some update to the Smog Bomb feat, and we have a new testing grounds coming at the beginning of this season. This testing ground will be about another round of changes for Dominion, as well as some changes to the Conqueror hero that we'll be detailing later on the show. That is the first half of season 4. The second part of the season gets very interesting because we are bringing our new character at the mid-season point. So we can't wait to show you who this character is. Is it going to be a knight, a Viking, a samurai, a Wolin? We're obviously not going to tell you. So stay tuned for this. What I can tell is that it's pretty exciting, and this is a hero that's going to be shaking things up in a major way. So yeah, we can't wait to share all of that info with you. So that's going to kickstart the second half of the season, and there's still a lot to happen in that second part. We're going to have new armor variations. We're going to have a new round of the Covenant games. We're going to bring back Black Friars Repost event. And of course, we're going to be seeing the finals, the major Dominion Series Championship to conclude our second competitive season.
Fantastic. Very exciting stuff. Thank you so much for providing some insights into that, Nico. I'm so excited. I'm sorry. Moving into kind of a similar but different note, Elise is here to talk to us a little about, I think, the narrative of the next season. Elise, how are you doing today?
I'm pretty good, thank you. And you?
Excellent. I'm well, thank you. Really excited to hear what you've got to say about the narrative.
Yeah, let's not get too chilly, but yeah. So just to bring you a bit of the warmth of the narrative for this season, beautiful text written by Ian, one of our game writers. Guess I'm gonna just read the beginning of it because I know that players want to know more about the cool and shiny stuff. So the reading part is not always the most it's just to set things up, right? So the people of Heathmoor were afflicted with rising waters and the devastating storm that flooded the landscape. Thankfully, the storm passed, and though the skies began to clear, a cold winter settled in. The high waters froze and snow covered the terrain. Ships were stuck in the ice, which only added to the odd serenity that had befallen Heathmoor. So yeah, this season is like, as Nico mentioned, a time of respite, more like something a bit quieter, a bit calmer after like so many catastrophes, all those crazy climate changes happening. Now the warriors have some time to gather their strength to reunite with those that they might have lost, and so it's a time of celebrations, a bit more like people are still fighting, but there's also like that joy of reuniting with people that they might have lost in the past. And obviously, as you might have seen also like on the key art in that amazing trailer, like kudos to Elix, by the way, who did an amazing job again. There's that cool ship, like also behind my head. It's red sails, something coming. We can't tell you too much about it, but you will have some hints here and there, obviously, in the game, especially in the first half of the season. So yeah, keep an eye out and enjoy the story, I guess.
Thank you very much for that, Elise. Some great stuff. And now last but not least, the final facet we have of building the story. Andrew, you want to tell us a little bit about the direction you chose to take the art in for this season?
Yes, sure. I mean, it's been a long journey that we took from the drought, wildfire, rain to the storm, and now everything is frozen.
We're gonna get a fucking.
As I am right now.
Gun's coming.
It's like a calm after a storm. It's artistic approach. This is the most intense moment, which can be right before the climax, because you never know what will happen, or in this case, who will be coming into the Heathmoor. The whole previous seasons were built for this moment to reveal something that is unexpected and something very special. We provided a little bit of tease in this TU. You're gonna see something is coming. It's a very visible behind the fog, and the winter's here, as well as some strangers arrive in the heat more. Unexpected guest in the battlefield, but no one suspects any danger from the frozen shore. This season's theme is definitely about the frozen environment as Montreal and the seafarers. And the map harbor is where our stranger guest arrives the first. Some approaches to the marketplace exchange the good. Some parties with the peoples of Heatmore. Some are recruited as soldiers to fight in the mid lanes. We are still not sure that where they came from, nor who they are. But only thing that seems to be appear time to time is a ghost ship that appears from far away behind the fog from Harbor, Gauntlet, and the river fort. But again, no one suspects any danger from the frozen shore.
That's so cool. Honestly, I absolutely love that. But that's not all we've got going on for Year 5 Season 4. We also have our amazing Battle Pass. Ooh, shiny, fancy, sparkly. Andrew, do you want to tell us a little more about the art direction we've got going on here?
Of course. Basically, the seasonal theme of this season is the frozen, cold winter, the voyage, and the treasures. And for the mood effect, we wanted to provide something that is related with the frozen seafarers. Not just a sailor, but a badass-looking one. I mean, you can equip the head with the one-eye cover as saying "Aye, aye, Captain." But you can, if you wanna be a bit more than a sailor here. Yes, we also have a captain version of it. Also, battle outfits. It's not just another outfit. This is the winter 2021 Montreal collection that you don't want to miss it out. It's icy blue and dark tone is a seasonal collection color as a cold Montreal weather. And yeah, I know I'm kind of trying very hard here.
That's a cool ornament.
And for the ornaments, looking pretty cool, super cool. It's just so cool that where you can wear it on your forehead or the shoulder pad, and it just works for this season. And for the execution, getting tired of slicing, chopping, poking with your own weapon, how about using the hook?
That's pretty cool.
Presenting the best experience of a butcher shop to your favorite opponents. And the cocky pose at the end is just an extra. For the podium signature, are you a drama queen? Dramatic entrance of the ending signatures here. And for the weapon, lastly, but not the least, again, you need these weapons. You will have to match the character variation that you will unlock it next to you. But for again, amazing job, amazing work, Chengdu Studio. For these weapons.
And that's so much cool stuff that we have in the Battle Pass here. Amazing work by everyone. Really loved taking a look at all of that. Nico, Elise, Andrew, thank you guys so much for your time. Thank you so much for being here and shedding some light on the frozen shores, giving us some insights there.
Always a pleasure.
Sure thing.
Absolutely. So we are going to take a little break and let you guys look at the Battle Pass weapons we have coming up for Year 5 Season 4. It's going to be some really cool stuff. But don't go anywhere because we will be right back to talk a little more about the Frostwind celebration.
Bye, everyone.
You know what they need to do for these reveals? I think we say this every season that a hero is supposed to charm. Tell us more about the hero, right? Dangle that carrot in our face. These weapons are cool. We gotta be excited for what's to come. You know, it's only a month. It's only a month and a few weeks away, but it can feel long. I need that for BP. It can feel long if they don't tell us anything, you know? That's really cool. Alright, chat, how we feeling so far? W's or L's? Just let me know real quick. How we feeling? W's or L's?
Microsoft Car Builders, banning people who put in resident sleeper.
Are they really? That's funny. That's funny. It's too soon, alright? It's too soon. These are cool weapons, though. Like, they're really, really cool. That's cool. Orochi's weapon's really cool. Miss anything? They showed us some battle pass stuff. That's about it. We haven't really. They showed us a story trailer, but the story trailer really didn't do too much for us. Hentai-X? Oh, I missed it. Wait, I want to see it. Tsunami's weapon is really fucking cool. I wish the hand was a little different though. Was it January 17th or January 27th? Music slaps? Oh, the music does slap. Bro, it's an octopus. '27th? Oh. So yeah, a month and pretty much 2 months.
And welcome back, Warriors. Thanks so much for being here with us. It's a special time of the year. 'Tis the season for what exactly, Josh?
Frostwind.
Yeah. Yes, it is the season for Frostwind.
Oh no, he's back in that fucking
Frostwind
chair.
is back around. It's going to run from December 9th to December 30th. Alongside Frostwind, we're going to be bringing back the Ice Brawlers game mode, which is a 2v2 best of 9 with a twist. There we go. So the twist being, if you don't stay off these cracks in the ice, you take a plunge into the icy, frigid depths of the lake. Very cold.
Can you imagine swimming that?
People do. People do it for their health in the colder countries up north.
I can't swim.
That's wild, man. I
couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. Major kudos to all of those people. It's incredible stuff. So, on top of bringing back Ice Brawlers, we're also going to be introducing some pretty cool paired emotes. Gonna talk a little about those now. First, we have for 10,000 steel, the All Is Bright Chimera themed paired emote. All's fair in love and war.
Love it. Love on the battlefield.
Love on the battlefield. And then we have the much less amicable Wolf's Gift, also for 10,000 steel.
Yeah. Was that a heart?
Ate that cold hole, boy.
Oh,
just
cold.
Just delicious.
Delicious
coal.
I hope the homies out here.
Yeah, you know that's fair. Josh, you want to talk a little about the third emote we have and the fun stuff that goes along with it?
Yes. So we are offering a free event pass with Frostwind's celebrations this year, and they will it will include a free paired emote, and you can use that emote and the two that Lawrence spoke about to complete your orders. So definitely for the first 2 weeks of the event. So definitely go ahead and check your order board. Make sure you've got your emotes equipped. You can do it. Look at this. You're kissing homies on the battlefield.
Kissing and hugging the homies.
Who doesn't want to kiss the homies on the battlefield and complete an order at the same time? Like it's a win-win in my.
What if we become? Yo, if you would have told me we were doing this shit in year one.
In the free event pass, and we are also offering the free event pass.
If you would have told me we were doing this in year one, I wouldn't believe you. But honestly,
super awesome. And these are you can get them for all
heroes. Year 5 going into year 6 for honor.
We also have a mood effect. My boy Aramusha. I really appreciate the team using Aramusha.
Whoa!
We have the frigid Squiddy Boys popping up saying hi. And then we have the ornament. You got an octopus, and it looks like there's like a jewel on his head, and I really appreciate that.
Detail there is insane. Like, could you see the little reflections on the facets of the jewel there? That was so cool.
Damn, we about
To the
to
team.
kiss the
To the
homies
team.
with the tentacles?
Big shout
That's
out.
crazy.
Beautiful.
That's just some of the amazing stuff. We've also got this lovely bit.
Yes, we also have.
actually pretty
This
cool.
is actually some other stuff you'll see in the free event pass. Some weapons that we will be showing off after we are done.
That's
Again,
really
the
cool.
team is doing absolutely like an absolute amazing job with these designs, and I'm very happy to call them coworkers. That's really cool. But yes, just a quick thing just to mention again, the paired emotes, you can complete your orders with those the first 2 weeks of the event. So again, definitely check your order boards. Make sure that you're getting in, make sure you're completing them, make sure you have the emotes equipped, and you should be good to go. Ice Brawlers is going to be rad.
So before we get into some of the Frostwind weapons, which we're incredibly excited to show you, I just wanted to say we are going to be right back with Stefan, JC, and Ben. But yeah, in the meantime, take a look at these cool, very artistically well done weapons.
I feel like we're going into the Matrix with this music. I like that shield. Oh no. Kiss some. Whoa, that is wiggly. I really like Kong's flow. Like, that's really cool. Bro, just because it's an octopus does not mean it's hentai. Like, that axe is cold. Get it? Just because it's an octopus does not make it hentai. You gonna go out to the fucking ocean, see an octopus, and think about hentai? You should be fearing for your life. Those axes look really, very flat. They're cool though. Oh, that hammer's really cool. Bro, an octopus the size of your foot could probably slaughter you. If it sneaks up on you, what are you gonna do, huh? Oh my god, don't say it. Please don't say it. No, no. Yeah, that's sick. Yo, is that sand? Is that eye glowing? Oh, never mind. Okay, we're good. I was worried for a moment. Oh, that's sick. I love like all of Tiami's weapons. That's a dragon, not an octopus. Yo, what's up, Waff? You haven't missed much. Why is that pole so skinny compared to the rest of the weapon? Are they all like that? The start of this song reminds me of like The Matrix.
look at the frostwind weapons.
shut
But
up,
guess
dude.
what? It's testing grounds time, and who better to talk about that than the usual suspects, Stefan, JC, and Ben. Welcome to the show, guys. How you doing?
Yo, his
Hello,
shirt looks
everybody.
comfy.
How are you?
I'm doing all right. So
Benjamin's
we
one
are
of
going to
the
be talking
boys.
about the next phase of the testing grounds later on in the show. But before we get to that, we want to go ahead and give you a fight update because we're going to talk about some changes that will be coming live with Frozen Shores on December 9th. We have some nerfs and we have a rework coming and going live with Shinobi. So Stefan, let's go ahead and start with you. Let's talk about these nerfs. Some of these characters have been a little bit frustrating for some of our players, like Shigoki and Orochi. So kind of like bring us into these changes.
Sure. Really excited to bring to live a number of changes across kind of the board. If you're worried about frustration of playing heroes, we got nerfs for Orochi. If you're in Dominion series, top level players, we got nerfs for Raider and Shigoki. That should open up dumping out our S tier and hopefully making the A, B, C a little more interesting in terms of who picks what. We got Shinobi coming. That came from the previous testing grounds, which is really cool. And then finally, we're going to hit a few of the feats, including probably what remains as the most hated feat right now. So I can't wait for this.
It only took 6 years.
I'm very excited for the smoke bomb discussion.
I'm glad you picked that one and not the other ones. I would have been oh no.
I thought you were mentioning slippery, but okay.
It's top 3 then, I guess. Orochi. So let's talk a little bit about Orochi. A lot of people are complaining. We have a pretty strong Orochi out there, although it's not the most strong in the game. I think it's behind Raider and Shigoki, if you ask me. But there's a number of things people are complaining about. So finally, the nerf bat is swinging its way. Maybe I'll pass it to you guys to talk a little bit about what are we doing to it.
Yeah, all right. So the number one complaint we had with Orochi was Dust Devil, which is the infamous dodge forward kick. We added this move in the last revamp that we did on a character, and it's really good. And having its miss recovery being able to be canceled by a dodge is quite strong, and it's also like the number one source of frustration from players. So we've removed the ability to cancel its miss recovery by a dodge. You can still cancel the recovery if you hit with it. So it's not as bad of a deal, but it's still quite a nerf. Should make Orochi be a little bit less safe when you throw out that attack.
Yeah, so quickly there, it's like if you believe that you deserve to punish when you dodge a kick, now you're going to get it.
Yeah, pretty much, right? On top of that, Lightning Strike is no longer undodgeable. It can only now be delayed until 400 milliseconds in the dodge. So the idea here was that the intent for the mix-up on front dodge was kick and storm rush, and not necessarily lightning strike. Lightning strike is more used as a peel tool, so we wanted to make sure that lightning strike kept its peeling, so we didn't change when you can do it in the dodge. But now it's no longer a case of, well, I have to know if I'm going to dodge the kick or lightning strike or storm rush, or what am I going to try to do. So in this case, it's, well, if you think lightning strike or kick are coming, you can always dodge and you're always going to be okay. And the removal of the delay there a little bit ensures that you can't just do a super late lightning strike and still hit somebody who dodged. So those are the base challenges that Orochi faced, that we lowered them a little bit to make sure he's a bit more less frustrating to fight against, let's say. We've got our Raider next up, right?
Raider, what's wrong with Raider? Right now, just quickly from the perspective here, I think, is we believe Raider and Shigoki are probably the two ST heroes in Dominion. We're seeing them in the Dominion series quite prevalently. So our kind of feeling is if we can nerf out these two as our S tier, maybe they'll go to A, and then therefore we'll see a bit more variety at top level play. And I'm sure some of the frustrations will also go down for full population.
So, some of the things we've done here, we can see them, is that we've lowered his HP. He's now 130 down from 140. The reason there is that we want to make sure that he doesn't have as strong a trading capability as he does before. We love the armor, we love where it is, the timings, all that sort of stuff helps Raider really shine in group fights, so that's very good. But at the same time, his HP being at 140 meant that you needed to land one more heavy. Or you had to work a little bit harder to be able to get him down. So with less training ability, it should be a bit less oppressive and harder to fight against in 1v1.
Okay.
We've also had we've got a lot of complaints, rightfully so, I think, about the knee attack. So this is what happens after you do a stampede charge. And the problems with it was that it was draining too much stamina. So when you did a stampede charge on somebody, you would drain 50 stamina off of them, which is rather high for like a throw, on top of being able to just like ledge them or throw them into traps or whatever you want. So with knee no longer draining stamina or stunning, the functionality is still there. You'll still smash people into the wall. You'll still knee them, but the knee won't drain stamina anymore and it won't stun. So you still have that. You still have the guaranteed light afterwards and stuff. All the good stuff that we had before still works. It's just less frustrating to face.
We should have called it storming knee attack.
My God, I wanted to make that same joke.
Storming knee.
Oh my gosh.
Somebody at least like bookmark that for future references, just in case. Just
storming knee. Yeah. All right. So next up, we have Storming Tap, the soft phase version specifically. So we lowered the damage to 10. It used to deal 12, and like looking back at it, having an enhanced light that is soft faintable, that's unreactable, that resets your chain, dealing 12 damage was a bit too high, so we lowered it down to 10. So Raiders gonna have to work a little bit more to kill you and do effective stuff with it. It's still good. It's still unreactable. It still has all these good properties. It just deals a smidge less damage, but over time that kind of adds up, so that feels good there. And there's also like other damage nerfs coming down the line. So Raiders top heavies and chains, so the second and the finisher, now deal less damage. The second goes down to 30 from 32, and the finisher goes down to 33 from 36. These damage nerfs are necessary. Raider was trading super high, dealing a ton of damage. It also affects his out of stamina punishes a little bit. It's not major, but it still deals a bit less damage, but it's more, again, manageable. And last but not least, I think one of the other ones that are really complained about is Raider's Fury. That's Chain Zone. So it used to deal 38 damage, which is on a very, very, very high level. We had it at that because it's a very slow attack. It can get interrupted in group fights. But turns out that having such a huge trajectory that you can access rather easily, that dealt 38 damage was kind of high. So we've lowered it to 32. It still deals like quite an acceptable amount of damage at 32.
Yeah.
But going down from 38 is quite warranted, I think. That's good. Next we have Shigoki, Steph.
Same deal as Raider, basically. Just too much damage. So kind of across the board, we want to bring that down to try to drop both Shigoki and Raider out of the S tier, basically at a damage level and not at a like kit doesn't work anymore level.
I'm not gonna lie. Anytime that I've like seen a Shigoki on the field, I've run the other way. I'm just gonna go ahead and say that I've been a coward. I didn't want to face him. So go ahead, JC. Let's go ahead and talk about these nerfs.
So that's it. So we've done a couple of changes. Mostly it's about making sure that Shigoki's damage isn't too high. And the first one here, which might not seem like, oh, that's not gonna really go to lower his damage, is side dodge headbutt. Now changed to finishers at 300 milliseconds in its recovery instead of 200. So that might not seem like much, right? You're like, oh yeah, okay, just 100 ms later. But that 100 milliseconds helps you. Oh no, there's a cat again. That 100 milliseconds helps you counter those side dodge headbutts, right? So if you do a dodge attack, if you do it like a little bit early or at the right timing, the odds of you hitting armor from the heavy finisher are much, much, much lower. So that helps you counter it. This does not apply to front dodge headbutt, by the way. It's only from sides. Sides are defensive moves. They have iframes. They have all sorts of good stuff. So we didn't want to like nerf Shigoki's ability to open up people and to actually do damage and go into his mix-ups. But because it's a defensive move, we wanted to tone it down a little bit so that it has a bit less efficiency. On top of that, we have Demon Ball. So Demon Ball's recovery has lowered by 100 ms, and the opponent's recovery is down by 300. Those numbers might look arbitrary, weird, what's going on here. The main reason for these is that when a Shigoki would guard break you and then do a Demon Ball, and you would go against the wall, which happens super often in ranked duel maps, Shigoki would get a free Demon's Embrace every single time. With these new timings, Shigoki does not anymore, so it doesn't create as much of a health swing off of a single GB, especially in ring duels. But in a lot of maps too, like you could like knock people down to a wall and then just get like a really, really large health difference. And So because of that, we wanted to like change that a little bit so that it's a bit more manageable.
I think he even got like a top heavy, right?
Yeah, you would get a top heavy, you get a bunch of stuff. So at least with this, like you still get, like you can still get stuff, you still get a light, but you're not gonna get a heavy, you're not gonna get Demon's Embrace, so that works quite well. It balances out Shigoki's damage quite a bit there. And on top of that, we have also other damage nerfs for Shigoki. So most of his heavies got nerfed. The charge heavy openers, side and top, both got lower damage. They're both going down by 4. So charge side heavy is 28, charge top heavy is 30. And uncharged heavy finishers now deal 26, down from 31. And the charge side heavy finishers is down by 6, as well as the top, so 30 and 32 respectively. Those damage, like, they're still high, right? But part of the reason why Shigoki was so strong is partly because of short-tempered, which we're going to talk about in the next slide. But basically, short-tempered made sure that Shigoki would get massive damage in group fights. Those charged side heavy finishers, like that dealt 36, would end up dealing like something like close to like 42, 44 or something. So it was like super, super high. Yeah. On zone property attacks, you would hit like 4 people around you, go nuts. So that damage being lower, like puts him more on the normal curve of damage. And even with short tempered, you still go up. With short tempered, you're actually going to get 36 now instead of not even 36. You would have gotten 36, you're going to get 34. But it's a little bit different than that.
I've never heard such a defensive 6 damage nerf in my life. This is amazing.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta figure that. I understandably, some people might not be happy about this, so we have to make sure that people know and understand the logic behind our reasons.
Very good defense of the defense.
So feet balance changes, Steph.
Across the board. I mean, like everyone can see the giant red beacon arrow pointing towards the bottom one there. Thankfully, but just before we get to that one, I guess kind of across the board, it's just shaving a bit of damage, a little bit of the times that Orochi can put you out of stamina with a Ki, down the damage on Orochi as well with slip through, and then smoke bomb. Thankfully, not being the worst thing in the universe anymore.
Yeah. So quickly, short-tempered, the damage buff used to be 20%, now it's 15. More manageable. Slight nerf to Shigoki. Also affects Aramusha, but on a much lower scale. So that feat used to replace Rocksteady. So now it's short-tempered, and short-tempered, it won't be as strong as it used to be. Slip-through has changed also quite a bit. It used to give Orochi a lot of damage, especially on like Riptide. So what we've done with slip-through is that the damage buff that you gain when you dodge only applies to the attack that you deal out of a dodge, and the effect is removed as soon as damage is dealt. As soon as actually a hit line, like after the first attack actually like hits, misses, or is blocked or whatever, but the damage buff gets removed immediately, so you can't go like Riptide into a combo light and get that extra damage on top of that. We've also nerfed the damage buff it gives. It used to be 40%, now it's 30. Again, like Shigoki, Orochi with this was way above the curve in terms of damage, so we've lowered that a little bit. And it can also now trigger every 3 seconds instead of every second. So what that means is you might not get it on every single dodge if you keep dodging all the time trying to use this. And with these changes, Ben, I don't know if you want to tell us, there's been some interaction with Nusha that this ends up doing, right?
Yeah. Her Caltrops used to interact with this feat very favorably, let's say, where as long as she was just kind of dodging left and right, the feat would activate just by dodging. But now that it no longer does, the Caltrops are no longer buffed while the Nusha is dodging. So the Nusha has to actually commit to a dodge attack for the Caltrops to be buffed for a very small time. So it should make the Caltrops a lot less annoying, but still a ridiculously good feat. So don't worry about that one too much. Yeah, so
Caltrops is still really good, right? It's just a matter of like it won't get massively buffed by this anymore, and you're not going to melt people down as fast as you used to. Okay, so next up is Ki. So we've increased the cooldown for Ki by 15 seconds from 90 to 105. Again, like Steph was saying, it's mainly a feature of Orochi being able to Ki you every single fight, putting you out of stamina, and then putting such an insane amount of pressure on you that it was like really, really hard to get out of. So by nerfing the cooldown a little bit, it should be a bit more manageable. You're not gonna get key-eyed all the time, and it should work a little bit better.
Here it is.
Yeah.
Here it
is, right? Smoke bomb.
The pièce de résistance.
Yeah. So here's the thing, right? Smoke bomb is probably the most hated feat in the entire game. It's been banned by the competitive players for I don't know how long now. It used to do all sorts of crazy things, like it would prevent lock, prevent capturing points. It gave people stealth. It made you unable to parry external attacks, like all sorts of things. We found some cute little nuggets in there while we were going through it as well. Like it would block line of sight, like do all sorts of crazy things. So we've got rid of all of that because it was much too complicated, and it also created really unfavorable gameplay scenarios. So instead, now what happens is you throw a smoke bomb, and all of your opponents within its blast are stunned for 5 seconds. 5-second stun is still quite a long stun. You can use smoke bomb a bit more efficiently while you're in a group fight. You can go run up to people, throw a smoke bomb, and then they're going to be stunned, and then you don't see indicators for 5 seconds. You can still throw unblockables, all sorts of stuff. They're still probably going to land, but they're going to be able to be dealt with and parried and all that sort of stuff. And you can still throw a smoke bomb, stun people around you, and then just run away. And they're not going to see your indicators. It's a bit scarier. So it still works, not as efficiently as it did before, but you can still do stuff with it. But you can no longer just go, hey, look, I'm on a zone. Smoke bomb. Oops, you can't capture it. So that was a big thing there.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
Whatever the functionality, I'd be happy.
All right, so now we have Shinobi, right?
Yep.
Yeah, let's do Shinobi. Basically, we had some testing grounds for this hero. We made a bunch of edits based on the 2 testing grounds that were there. Finally, we're ready to go live with a set of those changes before and a few more edits. So this will be exciting. One more hero from the both the dumpster and the strange, frustrating universe to hopefully viable at this point.
All right, cool. Yeah. So, quick recap. So the feedback we got from the testing grounds was much more positive than the first time. We still had to do some changes to make the character more viable and make it more workable. So let's go through them round. So first up, we're gonna have front roll, right? So front roll, really cool move. It was good, but it wasn't as good as it should be. So what we've done is we've made it have a very high amount of iframes. So it's 600 milliseconds. As a note, basically you can cancel out of your front roll into like a flip kick or sickle rain or whatever at 600. So you're essentially full iframe until you actually do those attacks. That's quite good. It is now 900 milliseconds, down from 1,000, so it executes a bit faster. And on top of that, as a little bonus, we wanted it to we want people to feel as if it was a dodge. So it also changed to double dodge. So you can now do front roll, double dodge, like smoke dodge for some people, that if that's what you want to call it. But you can, like I said, you can front roll dodge and really reposition yourself in group fights and do all those sorts of good things. It's super interesting, works much better than before, and also has like more utility. So backflip. Backflip is similar to front roll, right? So the idea is that we want to have front roll and backflip to be very, very, very similar in feeling. Feel like they're dodges, feel like you can avoid attacks with them, and also chain to the same attacks as one other. So backflip now also has 600 milliseconds of iframes. Super good. You can avoid attacks, all sorts of stuff with it. It's 900 up from 600 milliseconds. Oh, so, but you can still chain out of it at 600. So you can go to sickle rain into kickflip now also. So you can do backflip into kickflip or backflip into sickle rain. You can't go into front roll anymore because that ended up being more frustrating for players than anything. You couldn't really it was hard to reinitiate with a Shinobi after you did a backflip, and so we wanted to make sure that Shinobi could actually backflip into an attack that was working. I know a lot of players, it's one of the big feedbacks we've gotten, that people wanted to have the range heavy back after backflip. We've decided to remove it because the biggest issue is if you can't target swap it, it's pretty much useless. And we don't want it to be target swappable because then we go back to the issue we had in the first testing grounds, which is you can get an off-screen, unblockable, bump, unreactable attack, which feels extremely bad. So instead, we've focused on having Shinobi having these tools where he's slippery, gets in and out, does all those cool things, but is still not super frustrating as he used to be.
The specificities of like just how problematic such a move is like if it's not controlled by a cooldown like a feat is, like projectiles are in that sense, or you don't have a certain risk to doing it, like Shaman will move quite heavily forward and be punishable because she's now within your range when she misses, then it becomes very hard because like Shinobi's still super far away. How can you punish a thing that you've dodged or missed? And if you're dealing with group fights where Shinobis are 8 meters away and slapping you for free constantly, like it's a bit difficult.
Yeah, and on top of that, we've actually done tests where like we reduce the range of the range attacks, and it just feels really bad because the range just feels super arbitrary, and you just miss. You're like, why did I miss? Oh, I wasn't 1 pixel in the right direction or whatever. So at least this way it's all more consistent as well.
Yeah, if it came with a cooldown or if it came with like your body moves within range of the tools of the opponent,
that would be different.
These are moves that work, but this is not how this one works. So
exactly. All right, next up, flip kick. Right, so again, in keeping with the theme of having Shinobi being really slippery, being able to perform really well in group fights, but really offensively, you can now target swap flip kick. So you can do front roll, target swap, flip kick, back flip, target swap, flip kick. So again, like people that want to range heavy there, you can still, you're going to be able to do a flip kick instead. But as Stefan said, because you are moving with your flip kick and you're not just like off screen doing stuff, it's a lot more manageable. And to make sure that it actually reaches people, you can now move forward slightly more when you're using it. So it feels much better. So that's pretty good for that attack. So next up, front dodge. So, oh my god, I see a new option here. I don't know what that means. So front dodge kick is back at 300 milliseconds. In front dodge, we had tried it at 200. For Shinobi specifically, the experiment did not work because he didn't have another attack. So as soon as you would say Shinobi like front dodge, you would just side dodge and you would avoid everything, right? So it wasn't necessarily good enough. So we put it back at 300, but on top of that, we added a new attack, which is a front dodge heavy. It's 700 milliseconds, feintable. You can do it from run to 500 milliseconds in the front dodge, and it initiates chain. So Max, show us the video. So there we go. Brand new attack. Looks really cool, really different from what Shinobi typically has, but it's very useful. You can chase down people with it. You can open up people with it, do a lot of stuff. You can try to do some peeling. Super amazing. Doesn't feel a ton of revenge like the kicks do, so it's really, really interesting move. I think that it will really open up a lot of venues for Shinobi. Okay, so we're reaching the end now, but let's keep going. So zone attack, right? So zone attack was one of those things that we didn't really do much of in the previous testing rounds.
When you faint, you're gonna look like that bug.
And Shinobi's zone attack actually still felt quite lackluster. Like it's quite good in the lane. Like it's actually one of the better lane clears. But at the same time, you wouldn't really use it in group fights or whatever because it was kind of bad. So what we've done is first we've reduced the stamina cost. So it goes down from 17, like it's 3 hits. So it was 17, 17, 21. It's now 15, 15, 10. So that's quite a large reduction in stamina costs. And on top of that, so we want you to be able to use it and do more stuff with it. You can now backflip at the same timing as a feint. So if you do like zone attack and then press dodge, and you do it quickly enough, you're going to do the first hit and then backflip, which is pretty interesting. And you can also chain to sickle rain. So you can do zone attack into sickle rain. So you can actually go into a 1v1 situation, for example, throw out a zone attack, go into your sickle rain, do all sorts of mix-ups at top that's still unblockable. Do good mix-ups with that, works quite well. So that's it for zone attack, but it should make the attack a lot more viable. And then last but not least on Shinobi, there's a couple of other changes. Most importantly is HP. We're back to 120. He used to be at 110. It was sort of warranted due to like all the ranged attacks and all sort of stuff. We wanted him to be more of a glass cannon. But now with Shinobi having a lot less of those options, it doesn't make any sense for him to be at 110. So at 120 works much better, less squishy. That's pretty interesting. And we've also adjusted the tracking, trajectories, and forward movement of most of his light and heavy attacks. It should make him a lot more consistent, right? Because a lot of the time you would throw out an attack with Shinobi, he would barely move forward, you would miss, you'd be like, why am I why did this miss when it hits with pretty much everybody else? So with these changes, it should really help with the consistency of these things and being able to land them. So yeah, Steph, Ben, what are your thoughts on Shinobi?
Please,
He's
everyone,
great.
join
Like,
hands,
I
please.
really love playing him now, and
it's our time. Hammer boys, get together.
Yeah, we did a really good job on him. Honestly, I think like all the problem points were kind of handled very well, and like we did a super good job at making him feel like a ninja without having the long range sickle stuff. So props to that. Yeah.
Hammer boys,
it's cool,
pray.
super hype. I mean, Shinobi, she got good buffs. Orochi, she got good nerfs. Raider, she got good nerfs. Shigoki, he got good nerfs. And the feats, which are mostly Orochi, good nerfs or semi
good nerfs.
Giant nerfs, let's say.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
so,
like,
super good.
Yeah, so we'll definitely get, see how the community kind of feels about it whenever that comes out on December 9th. Everything we just talked about will be launching with Frozen Shores, so definitely once you update your game, go ahead and try out Shinobi and Shigoki and Orochi and all that stuff and send us your feedback. But now, let's go ahead and dive right into the new testing grounds, which will be launching December 30th and running to January 6th.
It's our time.
Ben,
Come on.
we have some very interesting stuff. We have some Dominion stuff that we want to get into, but we also have a rework as well. So let's go ahead and dive right in and start with Dominion series.
All right. Happy New
Or
Year.
Dominion. Sorry, I'm thinking about the Dominion series because like I love Dominion. Just Dominion. Just Dominion. My bad.
Just
you have
Dominion.
the floor. You have the floor.
All right. So, just a little summary here. We had 2 weeks, right? We had 2 weeks of Dominion feedback to go through. The first week was one set of values, and the second week was another set of values. So, in the first week, when we looked at the data, we saw that the matches were too long. So, like a good minute longer than the usual live matches, and less people were getting to their P4 than on live, and we saw that we might have been a bit too harsh on the minion lane. So those were kind of the main takeaways. And then in the second week, we saw that like on live, about 58% of people get to their P4 in a average Dominion. On second week, 44% made it to their feed force. So that was clearly something we needed to tackle. So by making the length of the matches exactly like on live, which we thought was a win at first, but we also needed to take into consideration the renown values that might not have been high enough for people to reach for in that amount of time. But we also saw that we had a perfect point split between the capture zones and the minion. So what do? We're pretty happy with where the renown is. We just feel that it took too much to get to your feats. So what we're going to be doing for the second TG is drastically lower the thresholds. So as you can see in the image, feat 4 is now 320. So we're hoping that by lowering it this much, we're going to get back to the about 58% of people getting their feat 4 by the end of the match. On the next topic, we have the capture speeds. That one's a bit of a trouble spot. Like a lot of people have strong opinions on that one. Some people wanted the team aspect of, if you go as a team, you get on a point, it goes faster. It made sense for a lot of people. But in the end, we decided to keep the aspect of always the same speed, no matter how many people are on it. There are pros and cons to this, but we feel that the pros are outweighing the cons. So on the pro side, we have, well, you're going to start healing faster. You're going to start making points faster. You're going to have a easier time getting out of breaking, and it's going to be easier to capture and prevent infinite contests. So that would happen sometimes on the small maps like Beachhead, where a point would be contested the whole game. So because now it's a bit faster to capture, we can hope that it'll change hands a bit more often. And on the cons, we have maps like Beachhead that is definitely going to be defender favored with these values, because then the defenders will always be able to go get the points before they can be contested So that's kind of a bummer. It's going to be slightly easy for dead balls, still harder than live, because if you had 4 people going on a point, it used to take 0.9 seconds to capture. It's going to be 4.5 now, and it's going to be slightly harder to defend. So obviously 1 less second to go back to your point to prevent the back cap is 1 less second, but we feel it's less of a a negative than all the pros that I listed earlier.
Because it should be hitting the death balls more than a solo, right? If you're a solo who caps a zone, it's going to take you the same amount as if they spent 2 or 3 or 4 players to spend a zone. So if you've got 4 players running around the map killing everybody, and you have 1 player back capping, that 1 player isn't wasting their time. It's actually worthwhile now.
Yeah, exactly. And so as a summary, as I said earlier, we're not going to be changing the renown at all. To be honest, we tried the defending zone a little in our tests, but as soon as we made it to like even 5, we found that it gave you a ton of renown for just playing the game normally. It didn't feel like we were really getting that by spending any amount of effort. So we're keeping it at 0, keeping the same values as week 2, because we feel they are pretty spot on. And on the next slide, we have the points, which again, we reached a perfect split. Like on the average, minion lane gave as many points for a team as both points together. So we feel that these values are super close to where we want to be in the future. And as an added bonus for people playing in the TG, we have a new UI gizmo that the UI team helped us develop. So if you look on the top left and compare it to the top right, you see that we now have a, we call it the renown widget. So basically, every time you gain renown, it's no longer going to be lost in the text log of people going good fight, good fight, good fight, congratulating you for being a good Orochi player, all the capture points that you did, and all that stuff. So you're going to be able to see the renown that you just gained for a kill, for a minion kill, for capturing, for boosting, all that good stuff. And you're still going to be able to see whoever you kill, so that you can be happy about getting that troll that just keeps killing you with Orochi.
This might not seem like much, honestly, but when we've been playing with it for a little while now, it makes things so much more easy to understand. Like seeing the exact amount of renown you got is amazing.
And right by the renown meter, which makes total sense.
Yeah, exactly. Right. It just makes so much sense. So Stefan, you want to bring us to the next one?
Yes. I guess we're going to Conqueror now.
Yep.
Let's talk about
work. Let's go.
Sorry, Conqueror.
So what are we trying to do here?
Do you want to launch it?
You go, please.
Okay, quickly. The one kind of major one I'll talk about is like all the offense is concentrated into one spot. Dodge forward or counter side dodge, shield bash into guaranteed light into sit there menacingly is Conqueror's kind of offensive game plan.
Menacingly being the keyword here. Like I'm always scared because it's all you're gonna see is gonna bash you with his shield.
And otherwise, like when you look at like the zone info block and stuff like that, it's like Conqueror sits in the lane, surrounded by minions, target swaps to the minions. You cannot hit the Conqueror unless you have a bash that you can put in the hole between the zone. And you're like, what is going on? This is extraordinarily frustrating to fight. And it's not, I mean, maybe some Conqueror players love it, but I mean, like, I don't know. It does not seem exciting to me.
Yeah, and on top of that, like that was like, it's borderline an option select, right? I think Conqueror is the only one that was basically still had an option select, because if you threw a regular heavy, a regular light, or whatever, Con could just zone and parry you, or by the way, I'm gonna go into my zone and I'm gonna block it. So I think that's a big. We're gonna have a big win there as well.
Definitely a lot of jank with this move, so let's try to clean it up a little bit.
All right. So we're gonna go like step by step. Like at the end of this, you'll be like, "Is this even Conqueror anymore?" Because it's there's a lot of stuff to go through. So
hopefully you'll conquer your heart.
Oh my god, yeah. All right, so charging state. So to be clear, charging state is before you are fully charged. All right, so now you can start charging while you're in the chain. Anytime you can do a heavy, you just hold that heavy and he's going to start charging.
cool.
If you release a heavy before the full charge, you're gonna do a chained heavy, which we'll get to a bit later. It's faster to get to your full charge from 600 to 900 ms. You no longer have any defense while you're in this state to kind of balance it out to make it more of a offensive thing more than a defensive thing. You can no longer cancel the charge with a dodge. You can no longer cancel the charge with a bash either. Also, you'll understand why later. And the charging no longer depletes stamina. So just going like this should not be winding you up, so to speak. So it's not gonna anymore. And on the full charge, so while you're ready to release the charge to go into your unblockable, you can cancel that with a guard break now. You can cancel that with a dodge. You can feint. The feint is no longer 300 ms. It's faster, and it gets you to your quick guard break. And it no longer pauses your stamina regeneration. So you can be at 5 stamina, start your charge, and you're gonna see your stamina go back up. So that feels amazing. Let's see some footage of that. So no longer any defense. You can dodge while you're fully charged. Good stuff. And there you go. The beauty of, just doing a charge at the middle of your chain and then keep going.
That's pretty cool.
Next, we have the heavies. On the heavy side, well, you can feint them now. This is why I'm getting paid the big designer moolah, right? I see a heavy, and I'm like, "Can you feint it, Steph?" And he's like, "No," and I'm like, "What if we can?" Huh? And I get a big check in the morning, and they're like, "Yeah, okay."
What a profound question.
Yeah. So
I mean, it made total sense, right? He would feint it with putting his shield down instead of just stopping attacking. That makes totally
So that was one of the reasons why Cog is just dodge bash the character into Watchmen. Basically, is that he could feint his heavy, so you can't even start threatening someone with a heavy because they're just like, well, I guess I'm just gonna block it. And if you go into a shield bash instead, it's so slow I can dodge it. So now you can feint them. You can no longer cancel them into the shield uppercut because we no longer wanted with the shield uppercut. Well, it's the shield bash mix-up. With the shield bash mix-up now being actually fast and unreactable, we didn't want the Kong to just be a bash machine, like always throwing bashes at you. Feels like it would be kind of frustrating. We made the recoveries standardized at 800 ms, so no longer any of those 1 second recoveries. We made the side trajectories much better, so you can hope to tag some people on external once in a while. The opener heavy no longer has any superior block on the strike. That's something that the walking fortress type player will not like, because now you can no longer try to parry a light and then block the heavy afterward just for letting go of that heavy. And the heavies in chain are now undodgeable, which makes the Conqueror, I think, the only character that has a infinite chain undodgeable. It's pretty crazy. I can't wait to see the reactions on this one. You can see them actually here.
Look at that regular
beautiful
feint,
feints.
man.
There you go. And then we can do the feint on the full unblockable as well. And then we have the undodgeable heavy that the Orochi
looks a little
will not
wonky
want,
right now, but
next up we have the zone attack. So another big chunk of why the Conqueror is such a fortress and unpregnable fortress. So we want him to be pregnable. Is that a word?
Impenetrable, maybe more like.
No, no, I'm not going there. I'm not going there. Okay, so on the minion lane, like Stefan said earlier, you can do some real shenanigans with that by focusing on a minion, and people without a bash they're screwed. They can't do anything. So we remove the full block from the zone attack. You can't hold it anymore. It's now just a single hit attack. We gave it a better trajectory, so it's gonna hit more people. We obviously give it more damage, obviously, because it's no longer gonna be like always out. We made it faster, and we made it initiate change. So a bunch of good stuff, a quality of life, while removing some of the more defensive options, you could say. So there you go, chaining to heavy and chaining to the Shield Bash mix-up. Oh, what a segue. All right, move to the next slide. Boom, Shield Bash mix-up in chain. So that's your Shield Bash in a chain. Again, this is why you didn't want to press buttons with Conqueror before. You did a light, you pressed X, you would do a 800 MS bash that my grandma could probably dodge. I can't, but my grandma probably could.
She has amazing skills, your grandmother, for these things.
She's just built different.
Yeah.
So it no longer wall staggers. It costs less stamina to do. You can no longer chain on this because it's unreactable. It's much less of a commitment than it used to be. It has better forward movement, so you can target swap people in a group fight and hope to get them. And it no longer deals stamina damage or pause stamina regeneration. So thank God for that. Let's see an action right here.
Out of stamina all the time.
I mean, you were doing that, with the dodge bash forward, same thing happens. So yes, no more out of stamina bullying with the conk where you're out of stamina for like 2 minutes. All right, next we have the flail uppercut. So a bit of confusion there possible here. It's the flail uppercut as the move that you did from your full block stance. You would block an attack and then you go more. Now that move is after the shield bash, right? So you go shield bash, you press light, it's gonna do the flail uppercut, and it's immediate damage, which you can then use to flow into your chain lights or your chain heavies or your full charge. It's actually an excellent moment to start full charging because your opponent is gonna be in a medium hit reaction, so you have time to charge before they can start retaliating. So 9 stamina, 12 damage, 500 MS. It's uninterruptible stance, so you can actually throw it out and people might try to interrupt you and you're just going to tank that hit and still do your damage. It changed to all the good stuff. And you can press heavy if, so if you do a shield bash and you think someone's going to try to guard break your vulnerability on the flail uppercut, you can just swap target and do your chain heavy and boom, you're going to get that guy. So we gave you the freedom to be able to do that. Next, we have the full block stance. Again, a pillar of the hero that we're doing a lot of changes to. So it no longer does
shield after.
Yeah, he has a big shield. So you can roll the video while I talk, I guess. There's no longer any stamina cost to blocking attacks. So if you're playing on live right now and you're doing this, you're out of stamina 5 seconds. Every heavy would take out like 25 stamina or something. So no longer any of that. You can even go into that state and recover stamina. You can dodge cancel out of it, as you saw, and you can cancel the recovery of your moves into turtle stance, much like other heroes like the Blackbriar can do. And you can also go directly from a block into full block stance. Just so if someone's trying to do like an infant chain on you, you can actually just go into the per block stance and do your punish. There is no longer any zone attack from this stance, sadly, but it will no longer really make sense for it because it no longer has a full block anyway. So we just took the opportunity away and made it better as a defensive tool more than a, I guess, a toxic one, you could say.
Scootage collection. That sounds vile.
And
change
we have
the name.
Move. So this replaces flail uppercut. It's called the Scottish collection.
Oh, Scottish.
Google that word. It's pretty cool. It works very well with the lore of the Conqueror.
Yeah, what is Scottish?
So when you're blocking something with the full block stance and you press heavy or zone, you're going to do this new move. I guess you could show it, Max. It has full block. It's unblockable. It costs 12 stamina. It does 20 damage, and you can initiate chains with it. So, boom. And brand new opportunity. Look at this.
Oh boy.
You can superior block dodge into an attack and press heavy to do Scottish collection. So you can still do that and do the shield bash to get a guaranteed shield bash.
Impregnable
But now
Conk.
it's just instantly better to be doing the Scottish Collection in a group fight because it's going to be doing a ton of damage. So
yeah, it's really cool. Honestly, in a group fight, you manage to block a single attack from one person, get everybody off of you with that big thing. It's really cool.
Chef's kiss. Next, we go to the light attacks, and this one just speaks for itself. What happens if you throw lights in the same stance?
Oh.
Oh.
No more molasses.
It's kind of absurd that this is even needed to be done. But yes, you no longer throw a 900 MS light if you throw 2 lights in the same direction.
With the octopus
I got this information from the crease in my hair. Sometimes I get data going in there, and it's like, oh, fast lights in the same direction. So I bet all the Conqueror mains will be happy to see that one. We made it even faster on the recovery, and we gave it more forward movement. So again, you can target swap and hit people in the group fight. Next, we have the unblockable heavy. No video to cover that one, but it's pretty simple. Basically, it's faster. It always deals 32 damage no matter what stance you do it from. And again, we made it travel farther, so in a group fight, you're more comfortable target swapping. And last but not least, the shield bash from neutral. So you're dodging, you're doing a forward shield bash. We delayed the start of the shield bash from 100 MS to 200 MS, and it no longer deals stamina damage or pauses stamina regeneration. So as a Conqueror, someone out of stamina in front of you, I mean, you can still do that, but he's gonna get his stamina back. So that covers all of it. There's a lot to see and play around with, so I'll be really curious to see what the community thinks of that one. And that's it from me.
Yeah, you definitely weren't kidding when you said that Conqueror, like, it's essentially just a new version of Conk because there's so many changes to him, and there's a lot that you guys added to him. So I'm very excited as someone who doesn't really play Conk a ton. I'm really interested to kind of get into that on the testing grounds for sure.
Mm-hmm. We converted a lot of people into playing Conk in our play sessions.
Yeah. On the dev team, a lot of people that didn't used to play Conk now actually love playing him. So that's pretty interesting.
That's super awesome. I'm super excited. So to recap, just let everyone know what's going live on December 9th with Frozen Shores. We have the Orochi, Raider, Shigogi, and Feet nerfs. And we also have a Shinobi's rework, which is coming with a couple of tweaks. And then, of course, what we just discussed with the Dominion and the rework to Conk, that will be with the testing grounds going live on December 30th, going to January 6th. But that right there, that's it. Steph and JC, Ben, thank you so much for coming on. And before we go, Steph, I do believe you have one thing that you'd like to add before we get out of here.
Just want to give a quick shout out to Captain Grant and Arle Verite for sending us some interesting mail with Highlander and a sick comic there. So the dev team quite appreciated it. So thank you very much.
Yeah, it was super cool to see those things, honestly.
Nice, yeah.
Awesome.
And one last thing I'd like to add super quickly on the Shinobi rework side, we have the full patch notes available, so you can go look at an exhaustive list of changes. What we've presented today is what changed from the last testing grounds to now, just so that everybody's clear. I know there's been some confusion for that in the past, so this way, like, we know if you want to get the full list, go look at the patch notes. We wrote everything down, so you know everything that's going on with it.
Awesome. Well, again, thank you, gentlemen, so much for coming out to talk about the testing grounds. And Warriors, we will be right back with Clarissa to talk about the Dominion series that I totally mentioned earlier in this segment. But don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
All right,
All right, fellas, how are we feeling? How are we feeling about the testing?
And welcome back to the Warriors
WRL.
Den. Thank you very much for returning. We just recently had our Dominion series on the 27th of November. It was amazing, and here to talk to us a little about that is going to be Clarissa. Clarissa, thank you so much for being here.
It's always a pleasure to be on the Warriors Den. How are you doing today, Lawrence?
I'm doing really well. Thank you for asking. How are you?
I'm doing good, doing good. You know, still, what's the word? I'm still digesting what happened at the stage 3 major. Lots of stuff happened for sure. So I guess we can get straight into it, right? So, Saturday, we were both there. Shout out to eStars for the lovely production of the Dominion Series Stage 3, and especially our casters, so Hinky, Vivid Naz, our host, Slacks, and also Humanist, who were like really awesome people to help explain what the Dominion series is, what's going on in the current hero meta. What's really special about Stage 3 is that we get to see Kyoshin in the competitive scene. And one of my favorite things is we get to see some of the players talk about you know, who are they worried about? Like, what other teams are they looking to fight? What heroes they think are very strong in the current meta? And also how they got into For Honor and how they found each other to play in the competitive scene. So we definitely recommend you checking it out. But first, I guess let's get into the EU bracket.
Yes, absolutely. This was just such a good game to watch. Just across the board, everything was fantastic here.
Yeah, did you? Who was your favorite team? Like, did you also root for Nemesis Esports? They are generally fan favorites. So
I really did like them. They were fantastic, but Russian Mind Games, honestly, I just felt like a plucky attitude from them. I loved it. Like,
my neck hurts.
I think they were fantastic, but in the end, yeah, Nemesis just proved, man,
like it's
man,
stiff.
they really took it away.
Don't get it twisted.
They are our current back-to-back major winners because they did win Stage 2 and, you know, now concluding here, Stage 3. And they also, just to give you context, they also won the last year's Dominion Series 2020. So they are definitely the fan favorites, like I mentioned before. But, you know, it's really interesting to see how they still show their, I guess, domination, if you want to pick a better word or so. But like, for example, in Stage 1, they got 3rd place, but they didn't really let that shake up their, you know, their composition and such. And they've been practicing a lot. They're always talking about it. You know, their Captain Clutchmeister streams all the time, scrims, and all these teams scrim together as well. So it's really interesting because there's been talks where teams like Homeless Shelter Squad, also previously known as El Collectors, and the Oversleepers have taken a lot of games against Russian Mind Games and Nemesis Esports on scrims, but then when it comes to the major, you know, I guess anything happens. So, you know, congratulations to our teams. You know, there's a lot of drama, if you want to call it drama, that happened going into the major during the qualifiers because a lot of the players switched and so. So, for example, the story behind Oversleepers is that they have players who overslept some of the qualifiers. One of them used to be on Nemesis Esports. You know, it happens, I guess. But, you know, more details about that can be found in the article that we sent out like just a couple of days before the major, and also on a lovely subreddit post created by the Filthy Spaniard. Sorry, I butchered your name. Shouts out to him. But, you know, let's go quickly dive into the bracket and just show the progression. And it was pretty straightforward considering most of the games went 2-0. But just, you know, like we said before, Nemesis Esports, they really showed no falter in their compositions, and it was great. So congratulations, and we will see them in the championship finals.
It's gonna be amazing. A big congratulations again to Nemesis Esports for taking the victory. Good job, guys. Now, my favorite part of the day was definitely watching through the NA bracket.
Oh yeah. Now this one was pretty interesting considering that we had one team, the Black Jackals. They never competed in the major before, but they really went into the qualifiers and they made a statement. Like, even in the broadcast when we did interviews, you know, they were talking shit to all the teams. Even the other teams were saying, yeah, we need to look out for the Black Jackals. And they really, really displayed this as well. So, you know, once again, shouts out, like, once again, if you watch the VOD, you get to see the interviews behind the players, how they form their teams, who's their favorite hero, et cetera, et cetera. And you know what, let's just go straight into the winners' assets. So, first place is Black Jackal, second place Guidance Gaming, third Team Killing Service, and fourth on Flask. And this is pretty interesting because Team Killing Service have previously won stage 1 and 2, and they got third. So they're kind of like the opposite of Nemesis Esports, if you want to compare them. So, and just a note for our viewers, On Flask is previously Reading Comprehension. They just changed their name because they can. Because why not? Exactly. But you know, I really am excited to just go straight into the bracket because this one is most interesting.
Crazy. This is crazy.
It was literally like almost the third map in every single like series. And contrary to stage 2, where stage 2 it was just completely 2 zeros across the board. So you know, it was really interesting, especially the Black Jackals when they pull the 4-0. Like, you know, 2-0 in the grand finals, bracket reset, 2-0. Like, they completely flushed out Guidance Gaming, which is, and then you see in the bracket here, Guidance Gaming actually defeated them in the winners finals. Yeah. So, like, really, anything can go. Like, and the matches were super close. It seemed like no one really knew who was going to really take it for the NA brackets. But, you know, if you looked at the interviews and everyone was saying Black Jackals, it seemed like there's a general consensus that Black Jackals was definitely going to come in here and just take stage 3. So now we're going to see them in the championship finals, which will happen in February.
Yeah, the last 2 games there, I really feel like I couldn't tell who was going to win until, like, it was on the wire. Right? Yeah. I mean, those were just 4 amazing back-to-back games in a row. Like, yeah. Now, unless I am very much mistaken, after stage 3, we do have stage 4.
That is correct. And stage 4 will be the final stage of the Dominion Series 2021. So it's going to follow a different format compared to 1, 2, and 3, where there are only 2 events this time around. It's the Last Chance Qualifier, which will happen on January 15th, and February 12th with the Championship Finals. So just to quickly touch upon how the Championship Finals work, after Stage 3, the top 3 teams with the highest points, circuit points, automatically qualify for the Championship Finals. So you can definitely guarantee that, you know, the winners of the major from Stage 3, Nemesis Esports, Black Jackals, will definitely be at the championship finals. And the 4th team that will go into the finals will be determined at the Last Chance Qualifier. So if you want to look at the leadership board and find out more information about how the Last Chance Qualifier works or the championship finals, you can find that all at battlefy.com/Dominion Series. And we will also give you more details about the Last Chance Qualifier once we progress towards January 2022, which is weird to say 2022. So
it doesn't, I feel like it doesn't flow as well. Like 2022, I don't. 2021, 2022. It just doesn't. Oh man. A huge thank you to everyone involved in the Dominion series. Like, I mean, it was amazing.
Yeah, I agree. It's you know, like, just to quickly touch upon that, like, we have a lot of people behind the scenes in the community who helped our casters learn the game, give them more information about the competitive scene of the players, help the broadcast and such. So it's like, it's all a collaborative effort. Like I mentioned before, like, shout out to our casters, like our on-air talent, I'll call them that, and the E-Stars, Battlefy, and even the players for competing as well, because, you know, it was a long stream, but it was all good stuff. So
it was some of the best For Honoring I've seen For Honored. It's it was so cool. So we are gonna cut to some highlight clips here, I think, to show off a little bit of what was going on during the Honor Dominion series. So thank you Clarissa, so much for being here.
Always
And for providing all of the insight that you have. It's been amazing. And then, yeah, we're gonna after that spin towards the wrapping this thing up. Thanks so much. Don't go anywhere.
See you later, Night Slayer.
You got Spark, already got the bow. We got tier 2s across the map for all members. And if you let these point deficits increase too much, then all of a sudden you just have a power disadvantage when it comes to these team fights. And there we go, Arrow Strike, just finishing off Franz there. And that's what we talked about. If you let these point leads run away too much, you're losing out more than just hard points. You're losing out on power when it comes to the map. Still stalling on the point. They do have the point lead. Don't need to do anything crazy. Just need to dodge enough.
This is crazy. I mean, how long this fight's been going for like 4 minutes up here, and just not going either way. Still 800, almost 900 point to 550 of RNG losing in this matchup here, and they just can't afford to play like this. Really awkward. Putting everything they can into it, but just not able to clean up. Mina B. Spark up against the edge. Revenge will come out, and that's exactly what you want. Unlocking Mina B. Mina B with no fear will jump in. Try to just land this damage right now. Can Mina B do it? Darrow's there. No! Darrow is going to be able to get it. Mina B falls down, but guess what? Hey, my name's Solips. I'm Oversleepers. It's fairly close. It looks like Nemesis is going to be able to wrap this up. Revenge triggered off. Yogurt's going to try and get some damage, but I doubt he finds himself a kill here, let alone two kills that he would need, and to buy a little time for his teammate.
Oh, that was absolutely perfect there from Nemesis Esports. First of all, I want to point out Varak's placement on traps today.
Biggs is going to be out of the game for quite a while, and now this awkward bridge fight breaking out between Factor and Klux right now. Klux wanting to get into the fight, but Factor just recognizing that he was coming in from the spawn, catching him out, and trying to just take advantage of this really disadvantageous matchup. Catches him with the zone, feints that heavy over the top, but he's going to get caught by that. The guard break comes through, and that's going...
Oh, don't mind us. We're just navigating these frozen shores, ladies and gentlemen. What a show this was. We talked about a lot of stuff. We talked about the realization for the season, everything that the team has kind of looked at.
All right, gentlemen.
We talked about the testing grounds phase, which will be starting pretty soon.
What are you thinking?
With this new
Be
season.
real with me.
The Stage 4 Major. Massive thank you to Clarissa and everyone else who came on the show to talk about
W or L
the season
stream.
and all these fun things.
Come on.
And
Real,
yeah,
just
let's
one
go ahead
letter.
and kind of start wrapping
Was
the
it
show
a W
with
or
some
an
things
L?
that you
Come
can kind of expect to see with the season come December 9th. Frostwinds is coming back. Ice Brawlers was a massive fan favorite when we did Frostwind last year. That's coming back as well. And yeah, we also talked about the Skill Challenge series, didn't we, Lawrence?
I seem to recall some skill challenge series mentioning, yes, I seem to recall saying something to the effect that you can go from 0 to hero using Marco Yolo's amazing tips, tidbits, and information through the skill challenge series videos, which you can find via our Twitter, our Instagram, and our YouTube at youtube.com/Ubisoft Game Plan. Just amazing tips, tricks, and tidbits that'll help you go to the highest echelon of For Honor player. One more thing I wanted to mention. This is actually Ubisoft's 35th birthday.
Happy birthday.
Pretty sure that our friends over at Corporate have something planned for UB35, so keep an eye on UB Connect for chances to get some potentially cool stuff.
Ooh, and speaking of cool stuff, let's go ahead and run right into the December roadmap because we got a lot of cool things we want to highlight before we wrap the show. As we mentioned earlier in the show, Frozen Shores launches on December 9th, ladies and gentlemen. So definitely be sure to make sure your game is updated and all that fun stuff because you don't want to miss out on it. Also, Frostwinds is starting from December 9th to 30th. So for those who enjoy Ice Brawlers, all that awesome stuff, you'll be able to go ahead and play then. New Battle Pass, all of that and everything that comes in there. And then again, the testing grounds, which will be launching on December 30th and running until January 6th. Be sure to give us your feedback on our feedback survey that'll be going out. All like the forums, Reddit, all of that stuff, because we will be gathering all of that feedback for obvious purposes. And yeah. And now time for the content of the week that we're going to go ahead and show off. Now, the 3 executions that we are getting ready to show, these are available for a limited time. So from December 2nd to December 9th, you'll have the chance to get these. And the first one is called Anchors Down for 10K Steel. It has the word anchor in it, so you can imagine it's, yeah, no, you're just beating someone senseless with an anchor. Don't exactly know where she got it from. I don't really want to know. I'm assuming it came from the Frozen Shore, so I guess there's just stuff that's out there.
I would assume it's from the Frozen Shore. Yeah, no, I mean that's a brutal. I think the next one we've got coming up here is Aegir's Reach. Reminder that all 3 of these executions are going to be 10,000 steel. And I guess the reach is the reach on that trident there. Whew. Okay. Oh.
A nice looking trident too. And we also have Rance Bestowment, again, 10,000 steel. Just want to launch somebody into like next week, just get that. Very super. Yeah, I don't, it's not a trident. It's just like a single dent. I don't know. But hey, look, Lawrence, it's a whalebone.
Hey, wow, Josh, have you ever just really wanted to just like get a whalebone and just lay into someone?
No. But you can though.
Well, for 7,000 steel, yes, you can. Go ahead and check out the Get Whale Soon execution we have. Just laying into him.
I definitely don't think that person's going to be getting a whale anytime soon.
No!
But we also have a weekly quest, Janomichi Wahebi. I hope I said that properly. From December 2nd to December 9th. This is available for Marching Fire owners. And yeah, also we have the Executioner Challenge, be the faction with the most executions performed. Again, this runs from December 3rd to December 6th. So, I don't know, grab your faction, boys, and get it going. And also just another mention of the For Honor Skill Challenge series that we are doing with Marco Yolo. You can check all of this stuff out on our YouTube at youtube.com/GBsoftGamePlan. And yeah, Lawrence, take us out, man. Take us out.
What a show. What a wonderful first Warriors Den for me. Thank you so much to everyone that came on. Everyone that gave any information about our wonderful Frozen Shores. Truly, from the bottom of our heart, it was absolutely fantastic. I hope you guys are excited. I'm excited. Josh.
I'm super excited, man. But if you want to stay up to date on everything that we are doing with Frozen Shores, the testing grounds, all that fun stuff, be sure to follow us on all of our social media platforms at For Honor Game. That is Twitter, that is YouTube, all of that fun stuff. If you are watching us on YouTube, hi, hello, we are from the past. Come join us and watch on Twitch. And yeah, we will see you on the next Warriors Den. Again, thank you to everyone who came on. Thank you for watching, and we will catch you all later.
Am I going to do a recap? I don't know. I feel like there's not enough for me to recap. There's the concrete work, a few changes, and then the trailer. So probably not. I might, I don't know. Alright, gentlemen. Thanks for watching with me. I appreciate it. Alright, gentlemen, thank you. I will talk to you guys later. Take it easy. Have a good rest of your day, okay?